What's going on, guys and gals? This is Auto Tech. I had such a good time in Montana earlier this week with Angry Ginger. I decided to hop back on the bike and ride back down. Just kidding, it didn't quite play out like that. We wrapped up our trip, rolled into town Tuesday afternoon, and then I had an appointment Wednesday. And then Thursday, I kind of got the bike all tuned up, did the oil change, checked things over. And then this morning, I just hopped on the bike and I was like, yeah, I'll go to the sun again, stay in Kalispell for the night or whatever, and just ride around here. I've got a couple more days till I have to go back to work. I don't go back till the Monday, so why not? So by now you guys have seen the non-vlogging version, or I don't know, I guess I dropped the ball on it video of going through the sun. Going through it right now. I just paid at the gate there. It's really expensive, in case you're wondering, like if you're planning to come down here. It's $25 US for a motorcycle, $30 US for a car. So that's like $600 Canadian. I'm just kidding, not quite, but you know how it goes. When I came through here with the Angry Ginger earlier this week, it was like we were just talking about the most irrelevant crap.
What does your bike idle at? Probably around 1,000?
Yeah, roughly, right about that. So it was like, I didn't know how to make a video out of that. So I was like, let's just turn off the sound and put some good music in there and see what's up. So far, going through from the St. Mary's side seems to have way less traffic. When we came through, we came from the Kalispell side, and oh my god, it was a slow go right from the gate. I think this side might be the side to go through, but I will update you guys because I am just barely even into the park here. I think this is excellent smoking scenery, yes. I was just thinking about something, and I think I am about to make the most Canadian statement you're going to hear all week. I am looking forward to getting up at the top of the pass so that it is colder. Oh man, like that is such a Canadian thing to say. Hey, it's pretty hot down here, eh, bud? But don't you worry. Like once you get up top, eh, it's gonna cool right off. So you'll feel pretty comfortable, eh? Oh man, like Jesus Christ. I was just thinking about that because I'm like, man, I'm hot, but I look so cool in black. But it's like even if I was wearing white, I think I'd be hot right now. Like it's probably I'd have to say about mid-80s, high 20s for Celsius. So, I mean, a V-twin engine strapped between your legs, you're definitely going to be a little toasty. And then, yeah, so there's your Canadian thing of the week. Now that we're getting out of the tree line, we're starting to get to the stuff. This side takes a little bit longer to start getting to the good scenery. So that's just something you got to keep in mind too. I mean, if you're going to pay $25 to enter a park on your bike, I mean, do the whole thing. Like, it's only like 50 miles long. So, I mean, you'd be an idiot to, you know, just do it like halfway, take a couple photos, have a smoke, turn around and go back. Worst case scenario, you know, you could go to one end and before you go out the gates, stop, turn around and go back, like if you had a full afternoon or something like that. And come on, British Columbia, get on the gas. Let's see if I get a good drone going through this tunnel, if these stupid British Columbians will get going. I don't know why they came down here. Like, Jesus Christ, all British Columbia is like this. So you just come down here to piss me off. I was making such a good time too. I was just like cruising. I was doing like 45 miles an hour, like 70-ish kilometers, and it was like, yeah, like I could look around, take the scenery in, pay attention in the corners, and then I get jammed behind these people that are doing like half the speed limit. And it's like, come on, like that's a quick way to create a whole ton of traffic. Yeah, isn't that just a postcard right there? And we're We're getting into my zone. I can feel it. It's getting colder. Yes. Well, would you just look at it? Take it all in. Nature at its finest. Oh man, I am the worst tourist ever. I've been here a couple of times over the years, and it's like I don't think I've gone more than, let's say, 25 feet from the bike. Oh man. I remember the very first time I came down here, I was with the Angry Ginger, and like we did it all in one day, and that was a solid like 16-hour day. That was a long day. And then the next time it was just kind of like, nah, we'll just cruise through, whatever. So I am just an awful tourist. I guess I can throw the bike in neutral from here on out. That's right, because we're going to be going downhill the whole way. And it better not be at 20 kilometers an hour. You got to be kidding me. What is that? That's like 12 miles an hour, 13 miles an hour or something like that. Like, God damn it. I'm going to wave to the guy on the quad. I'm going to do it. Hey, wave back. Yes. I wonder if it'll show up there on camera. She's got that thing hanging out the window. You know, kids, there used to be these things that they were kind of like the size of a brick. They were, you know, about 4 inches long, probably about 2 inches thick. That's what she said. And they had like this button on the top, and like you had to like remove this cap off the front of it. It was actually called a camera. You see, kids, back in the day, we didn't have cell phones with cameras, so we actually had to like wind this thing, and that was you were turning the film, getting it to the next slide, you know, and then you'd get yourself in focus, and then you'd go click, and then you know, all from there, like all you could really do is hope that it worked. Like we couldn't just look at the back of the camera, like that came years later, so you had to hope that you got your whole face in the picture. And you know, everybody's probably thinking like, yeah, they probably got a lot of photos where their hand was in front of their face or their thumb or something like that. I mean, there was no selfie mode back then. You had to turn that thing around, hold it out, hope you were looking in the lens properly, and then click that button. Oh man, and then just to let you kids know how much more it was uphill both ways. Afterwards, like it wasn't like you went home and you plugged this thing into your computer. Like you had to take 28 photos, depending on if you had a Kodiak roll of film. And then you had to wind her all the way up until it stopped. And then you opened up the back, you took this little canister out. It looked like a little battery. And then, to make the struggle even harder, you had to walk or ride your bicycle all the way to like Walmart or London Drugs or a place that was called a photo lab. And then you know, you walked up to the counter and you handed them the little roll of film, and you pay extra if you wanted it ready in 1 hour, or you could come back in like 3 to 4 days. And it was like, oh yeah. So you know, you get your little slip, and then you'd go home, and then you'd wait, and then you know, either they call you or you go back the next day, and you'd just be like, oh man, are my pictures ready? And then like the first thing you do is like you'd go to the back of the line or whatever, and then you'd flip through them all, and you'd be like, damn it, like those 3 didn't show up. So that was the struggle, children. I mean, when you went to places like this, like it wasn't like take a photo, wait for reception, and upload it on Instagram. I mean, us old folks, we had it rough. You know, funny enough, like I'm actually not that old. Like I'm not even 30 yet, but I feel old sometimes when I can do stuff like that, because technology has advanced so much over the last like decade and a half that it's just like, man, like some of the stuff that was like revolutionary when I was a kid, like man, I remember when digital cameras came out and it was like, wow, like this is unreal. And the quality of photos on it was like potato. Like it was like the pixels in it was like, holy crap, man, like you could have reconstructed that photo with Lego. You know. whenever I see tourists like this, like where they're like touching the snow, it's like, I know you guys are not from Canada or anywhere that gets snow, because I can't think of any of my friends that would just be like, oh man, there's snow here, let's go touch it, because it's like we deal with it for like 7 months out of the year, so it's like, get that crap away from me. And another postcard. Man, I should just start like screenshotting these and then like trying to sell them to postcard companies, and they'd be like, what the hell, why is there a fucking helmet in every single one of your photos? And I'd be like, I don't know, man, you want to buy them or not? And they'd be like, not. It's like, okay. You know, I know we're getting towards the bottom because it's getting hot. I really need to start moving here. At least last time I came through, it was like first thing in the morning, so like it wasn't this hot. But I mean, Jesus, sitting here in all black, but man, black looks so cool. Like if I was wearing like white or something like that, people would be like, what's wrong with that guy? Guess that's a decision I'll have to make. Weird random waterfall and tunnel. Oh, cool. Sometimes I just want to be a douche, but then it's like, I'd be a douche, so I don't rev the hell out of my crap in there. So how many of you guys have done the going to the sun? I know when I was doing the trip plan video, I had a couple people comment that like they hadn't been since they were a child, so you know, like their memories of it were from the back of a van. I mean, hopefully it wasn't a free candy van, but you know, either way, as long as you got the free candy in the end, you know. And I think some other people were like, you know, it's on my to-do list, but you know, I'm just curious, like if any of you guys have actually made the trip out and done it, whether it was on your bike or in your car or whatever. I think sometimes, like, I don't really have this problem, but I think sometimes family trips and motorcycles can kind of conflict with each other, because you want to ride your motorcycle there, and you want to ride your motorcycle around there, and you want to ride your motorcycle home. The wife probably isn't too keen on driving the minivan behind you with a couple of screaming kids. So, we all know how this goes. Happy wife, happy life. So, you leave the bike at home and, you know, jump in the van. You know, which is, you know, nothing wrong with that, obviously. You know, it sucks because you're like, man, this would have been such a cool ride on the motorcycle. But at the same note, you know, there's a lot of people who wouldn't be able to do that same trip even in a car. So you're lucky that you had that option of which one am I going to take. Yeah, there we go. There's my Children's Foundation message of the day. Ooh, people are starting to speed up. Must mean we're getting towards the tail end here. I should check my odometer to see like how many miles I had to go, or kilometers, whatever. Oh man, I was hoping that they didn't still have this. Angry Ginger and I had hit this crap when we were originally coming through the other day. I was hoping they were done because it didn't look like they were doing anything. This ain't gonna work for me though. Sitting in the sun on top of my bike, not moving. Oh boy. Ugh. And then not even 10 minutes later, another lane closure. I should have remembered about this one. At least this time I tried to stop somewhat in the shade. I mean, half of me's out in the sun, but it's better than nothing. But it's nice and cool out there. Ugh. Yeah, I don't even bother looking because I wouldn't stop even if you did turn it around. I'd just give you the look. I saw you turn it to stop, but I ain't acknowledging it. Oh man, if I didn't have fresh tattoo work and I packed a bathing suit, man, that'd be looking pretty tempting to just pull over at the side, jump in there, and just be like, yes, free Willy. Woo! And that's that. Getting out of the park now. Hopefully stuff gets moving because I am just cooking. So after having done both directions, 2 different days at 2 different times of the day, I guess my consensus of the traffic might not be super accurate, but so far, like with my personal experience here this week, I would have to say that going west is a lot less traffic, like going from St. Mary's to Kalispell rather than coming from Kalispell to St. Mary's. So, you know, just something to think about if you're thinking about doing the trip yourself. And traffic and sitting in the hot sun is a big factor. Definitely something to consider. Oh man, that feels nice. I am just a sweaty beast. I know, just what you wanted to know, right? I'm gonna make my way over to Kalispell, and you know, I'll see what I get up to this evening, if I bring the camera out or not, or maybe I'll give the no helmet riding thing another chance. Didn't go so good with the Angry Ginger there the other night, but we didn't have safety glasses, so hopefully you guys enjoyed this little bit more talking trip through the going to the sun. The other one's more so just enjoy the scenery. I definitely touched on a lot of random topics, educating the children about the old school cameras, you know, before phones had them, so hopefully you got a little giggle out of that. Make sure you go on and hit that subscribe button. If you enjoy this Montana one, make sure you check out some of my other trip playlists, and thanks for taking the time and watching.